Members-elect will come to order. Members-elect serving as our chaplain for the opening day of session is House Chaplain Joel Harder. With the members-elect and guests in the galleries, please rise as you are able for the invocation, and please remain standing following the invocation for the Pledge of Allegiance to be led by Representative-elect Terry O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, would you please pray in your tradition as I pray for you in mine, and it is an honor to pray for each and every one of you today. Father, I thank you for this day. God, I thank you for every individual, every member who sought office, desired to serve and represent their friends, their families, their neighbors, the members of their districts, the people that live and work around them and across our state. God, I thank you for the passion, the purpose, the focus, the dedication they gave over the last many weeks and months. And Lord, now as they prepare to speak words of an oath, a solemn commitment and trust to serve in this role, in this position, God, I pray that you would grant to them a special awareness of mind and heart to the trust and the meaning of this leadership that they now assume. Father, it is an extraordinary blessing to live in a representative democracy where our leaders are chosen servants. So God, I pray for them as they prepare to lead over the next few years. Grant to them grace in the task for them and their families, protection and health. Give them strength for what will certainly be at times long and arduous days. Wisdom for the work at hand. God, I know that each and every one come with particular dedication and focus. There are issues and policies that are on their heart and mind, and I pray you'd give them an awareness to see the opportunities to make great progress for our state in those areas. But as members of this House, they have to discuss and decide and vote on many things. Lord, I pray that they would fulfill that leadership role entrusted to them. Their leadership cannot be less than the decisions they make and the votes that they cast, but Lord, I pray their leadership would be so much more than the sum of decisions and choices and votes. May they lead in word and in deed to serve their districts, our state, each other. May they find joy in the task and bless them in this endeavor. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Representative O'Donnell, you're recognized to lead us in the pledge.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. At this time, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Richard Darby, to administer the oath of office. Chief Justice, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning to all of you. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be here, one I do not take lightly. The responsibilities that we all have are quite sobering. And on behalf of myself and the entire Supreme Court, we look forward to working with you in this year and the years to come. At this time, if the members-elect would please stand and raise your right hand. Please repeat after me. I solemnly swear. To solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Oklahoma, and that I will not knowingly receive, directly or indirectly, any money or other valuable thing for the performance or non-performance of any act or duty pertaining to my office other than the compensation allowed by law. I further swear that I will faithfully discharge my duties as a member of the House of Representatives to the best of my ability. So say I. And state your name. So help me God. Congratulations to all of you.
Members-elect will come to order. Members, please sign your name on the appropriate line of both the oath of office and loyalty oath. Please keep in mind that if we do not have your signed oaths of office forms, you cannot be added to the payroll. Members-elect, it's very important that you bring your oath of office and loyalty oath to the chief clerk here at the dais after the ceremony, and they will be filed with the Secretary of State. Also, be sure and remember to take your certificate of election with you also, which should be on your desk. At this time, we will move into announcements. Any members wishing to recognize family members or visitors, please press your request to speak button on your desk, and we will recognize you. This time, Representative-elect Hilbert, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm honored to be here today with my daughter, Addison, and also up in the gallery, our new addition. We have Dorothy and my wife, Alexis. It's an honor to serve another 2 years. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative-elect Eccles, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is an honor to be sworn in for my last term, and here on the floor I have with me my son, David Eccles, my other son, Ethan Eccles, my daughter, Kaylee, and in the South Gallery I have my beautiful wife, Kristen Eccles. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative-elect Dollins, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First off, I want to say thank you to my constituency in House District 93 for allowing me to be your voice at the state capitol. I want to recognize my mom, Connie, in the East Gallery, and my dad, Steve, and my grandma, Carolyn, in the South Gallery. And I want to say thank you to my kids, and I love you so much. And even though you couldn't be here today, I'm so proud to be your dad. Thank you.
Representative-elect Luttrell, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to recognize my wife, Brenda, my daughters, Shannon and Lauren, and my son-in-laws, Brock and Michael. They've been working on campaigns and putting up with me since '06. So thank you all for being here. It's an honor and a privilege to serve with each and every one of you again.
Representative-elect Fugate, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is a pleasure to be here with all of these esteemed colleagues here on the floor this morning. If you would turn your attention to the North Gallery, I have with me this morning our daughter and my new son-in-law.
Representative-elect Newton, you are recognized for an announcement or an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is an honor to be here, and especially joined on the floor with two of my handsome grandsons, Samuel Newton and Thomas Newton. And do you want to say hi?
Hi.
He's been dying to talk into this microphone ever since we got here. But more than that, I am blessed to have my beautiful wife of 44 years, Jackie, in the North Gallery, and one of my constituents and extraordinary photographer, Sherry Green. Thank you.
Representative-elect Pfeiffer, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, on the floor with me here today, I've got John Ryan Pfeiffer, who is almost 18 months old, and in the North Gallery is my lovely wife, Sierra. We'll be married 5 years tomorrow, right? Yeah, tomorrow. And next to her, my dad, another John Pfeiffer, and my parents. I wouldn't be able to do this without them, so please make them feel welcome. Thank you.
Representative-elect Dempsey, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honor and privilege attention to the South Gallery. My beautiful wife, my boss, and an honor and privilege, my oldest son and my daughter-in-law, Trey and Cheryl Dempsey. Thank you. And it's also a humbling to serve with y'all again. Thank y'all very much.
Representative-elect Caldwell Trey, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, colleagues. I just want to thank the people of Southwest Oklahoma for sending me back here again, and my main constituent, my beautiful wife, Christy Caldwell. Thank you.
Representative-elect Stairs, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, I also, it is an honor and a privilege to be here. I want to say thank you to all of my constituents in District 66 for sending me here. And I also want to recognize my wife, Lisa, a beautiful wife, and also my faithful driver for all that door knocking that we've been doing for the last 2 years.
Representative-elect Amends, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to be here, and I want to thank the people of East Norman for sending me to be your voice. I have as a guest with me on the floor Senator Michael Brooks back there, and in the West Gallery, Connor Boren, Saxon Jimenez Calhoun, and my sister Dana, my niece Bella, Robin Ruggier, and in the North Gallery, that's the North one, Arturo Delgado. Thank you all for being here. Please give them a warm house welcome.
Representative-elect Archer, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to start and say thank you to the constituents in House District 55 for making this possible. Here with me on the floor, I have my son, Alexander, and in the North Gallery, my amazing wife, Katie, my parents, Terry and Anita, my mother-in-law, Susie Thurmond, and my good friend, Kevin Bundy.
Representative-elect Lowe, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'd like to introduce two special guests with me, my wife of 42 years, Miss Judy, and my nearly 91-year-old mother, Thelma Lowe.
Representative-elect Goodwin, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Certainly want to acknowledge my parents who are with me in spirit, Ed and Alquita Goodwin, and my niece who is here from New Jersey, Sydney. Thank you. Let's rock and roll.
Representative-elect Swope, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you. I just want to take a moment to recognize my grandparents that are in the gallery for being here for me today, Ron and Wanda Palmer, and give a big thank you to the constituents of District 71 for electing me. Happy to be here and with you all today.
Representative-elect Tedford, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honor to represent District 69, the wonderful people of South Tulsa and Jinx. In the back of the gallery, I have my lovely wife of 30 years, Kristen, my son, Lathan, my mother, Kay, who flew in from Winter Park, Colorado to be here today, and her fiance, Homer Ames, and then also my executive assistant, Gina Schumard. And my son, Landon, couldn't be here today. He was sick, but his girlfriend, Stella Parker, came and is somewhere in the building, not in the gallery, and my daughter, Landon, is here as well. So thank you very much.
Representative-elect Manger, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honor to represent the people of House District 101 again, and I'd like to acknowledge my lovely bride and son in the gallery, Austin and Carlita.
Representative-elect Sneed, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to thank the fine folks of House District 14, my beautiful wife, Joey, that's in the South Gallery, and today I have our oldest grandson, Ryder, and our youngest grandson, Masson, with us. Thank you.
Representative-elect Olson, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the South Gallery, I'd like to recognize my beautiful and excellent wife of 34 years, Becky.
Representative-elect Kane, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a complete honor to get the opportunity to serve in this legislative body for the first time, and I'm looking forward to everything that's coming our way. I'd like to thank my constituents in District 11 for sending me here and having the trust in me to do it. First of all, I'd like to introduce my grandchildren on the floor with me. They're the oldest three out of my 8 grandchildren. Evie Powell, Natalie Kane, and Johnny Kane. And in the South Gallery, I'd like to recognize first my mother, Betty Kane. She's an incredible woman. However old you guess she is, I'm going to tell you, you're guessing too young. And next to her is my beautiful daughter-in-law, Alicia, who's down and the mother of 2 of these children. And then I have my sister and longest and closest friend, Kathleen Donahue, in the audience with us. And then my youngest daughter, Betsy Dutcher. And then finally, my wife, Barbara Kane, who, like everybody here, I'm sure, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for her. All the work she put in, the encouragement, the belief in me. So thank you very much.
Representative-elect Stark, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I, too, want to thank my constituents from House District 100. Thank you for putting your faith in me to represent you for another 2 years. I have with me on the floor my great-niece, Grace Stark, and in the gallery, her mother, Amy, and my mother of 95 years old, Geneva, is up there. And then she got to vote for me for the first time because she lives with me now, so she actually got to vote for me. She's never lived in the district before. And then my sister from Austin area, from the Hill Country, Peggy, and her husband, Roger, and our longtime friend, Sherman Andrus, who was formerly, he's a Grammy Award-winning Southern Gospel singer, so y'all should meet him. Thank you very much.
Representative-elect Deck, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would just like to say it's an honor to represent the residents of House District 44 in Norman. On the floor today, I have my children, Rachel and Jude. And in the Northern Gallery, I would like to recognize some of my family, my sister from Abilene, Texas, Lindsay Ransford, public school teacher, my parents from Thomas, Oklahoma, Pam and Alan Deck, and my partner and person I couldn't do anything without, JC, is up there as well. I would also like to momentarily recognize my predecessor, who many of you will probably know as the Honorary Emily Virgin.
Representative-elect McDougal, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to introduce the mayor of the third largest city in Oklahoma, Mayor Deborah Wimpy, here in the South Gallery. And I also believe we probably have one of our city councilors, Lisa Ford, here somewhere, but I couldn't see her.
Representative-elect Turner, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I want to recognize my mom in the North Gallery up there. She's got the very wonderful glasses. That's her. That's where I get my eyeglasses game from. But I wouldn't be here without her and without the blessing of my family to run. And then secondly, without the people of House District 88 voting to put me here to be able to serve my second term. Deeply understand, right, that in order to get something different, we have to elect different people. And so very, very grateful for that. And then also want to second Representative-elect, or I don't know if we can use names, but also just say thank you to former floor leader Virgin. One of the first meetings I ever had when I was considering running for office was with her, and I'm forever grateful for the time that we got to serve together. So deeply, deeply thank you for that. And everybody else who listens to me rant daily. So thank you.
Representative-elect Johns, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have the privilege today to have my middle grandson, Lane. Lane, stand up and wave. My granddaughter, Grace. Can you wave? There it is. And then I have my daughter, JC, up in the North Gallery. And then the chairman of the Johns Committee of the Johns House, who continually helps me keep going, and that is my wife, Renee. She would stand up, but she has a boot on her foot, so hope that gets better. Thank you guys for being here today.
Representative-elect Wallace, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure and honor to be here with everyone today. I'd like to thank the constituents of House District 32 for re-electing me back for my 5th term. Also, I'd like to recognize my biggest supporters and families here in the gallery today. To the south, I have my fiancée, Jenny, and my oldest daughter, Ashlyn. To the north, I have my youngest daughter, Haley and Bailey Tucker. Thank you.
Representative-elect Hayes, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a great honor to be here. First, I want to say thank you to House District 13 for putting their faith in me and allowing me to come up here and serve. I would like to introduce my son Connor and my son Camden. They're here with me today on the House floor, as well as my wife Nicole and my mother and father Maverick and Mary in the North Gallery. As we all know, you're not going to do this job without your better half, so I really want to say thank you to her. Thank you, sir.
Representative-elect Munson, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Of course, first I want to say thank you to my constituents in House District 85 for re-electing me for my 4th full term. Down on the floor today, I have my nephew Jude, who is making Aunt Cindy work. I am having to pay a lot of attention to this sweet boy. But in the North Gallery, you'll see my dad, Dennis Munson, and my sister, Sandra Brown, who I now have the honor and pleasure to represent in House District 85 due to redistricting. And just want to say thank you and let my dad know I am so proud that I'm the only Democrat you voted for in this election.
Representative-elect Hefner, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is an honor to be here. I would like to first thank my constituents in House District 87. Thank you for putting your trust in me. In the North Gallery, I have 2 of my kids, Harry and William. I love you both. Thank you for your support. My other child, Evie, is in the House. As well as some of my friends, advocates, and volunteers to my campaign. I couldn't do it without them. And for my family, my sibling James is here, and my sister-in-law Holly with my 2 cute niece and nephew, Lucy and Jay Leo. Thank you.
Representative-elect Bowles, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank all the people in House District 51 for the opportunity to serve again for another 2 years. With me this morning, I have my son Matthew and my daughter Kristen here with me. I'd like to recognize them. And then also in the North Gallery, I have my wife Michelle and my mom Lynn here with us. Please welcome them to the House.
Representative-elect Hardin, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank the residents or the constituents of District 86 for allowing me to come back up here for 2 more years. My wife of 25 years, who could not make it because we have chores on the farm, but she is watching remotely. Love you, honey. I've got 3 of my grandsons here, Cole, Connor, and Jake, and my daughter and son-in-law, Lisa and Chad Bunch in the South Gallery. Thank you all. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Representative-elect Smith, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, behind me I have my sons, Austin and Logan, and up in the gallery somewhere is my L.A. Carla Ray, and I'll tell you, I think those 3, besides my wife, is my biggest fans. But I'd like to thank House District 18 for believing in me, my friends and neighbors, and putting me back up here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative-elect Cantrell, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the great Oklahomans from House District 49 for letting me represent them. If you look up there in the East Gallery, I have my mother, Peggy, my wonderful wife, Tanya, my father, Bill, and my sister, Amy. And down here on the floor, these 2 strapping young men who are playing hooky from school today to get to come up here and see how all this works. And I appreciate y'all educating these guys today. And thank you again, Mr. Speaker, and I look forward to working with y'all.
Representative-elect Crosswhite-Hater, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the constituents of District 41 for the re-election and the honor to serve again in the South Gallery. I'd like to acknowledge my husband, Mark Hader, my daughter, Veronica Anderson, and my son-in-law, Matt Anderson. And then with me today, I have my grandchildren, Reagan, my grandson, Lincoln, and my next grandson, Grant. So yes, we very much support the Republican Party. Not my idea, but I'm very happy about it. But again, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative-elect Conley, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to first thank District 20 for sending me back here in the South Gallery. I'd like to recognize my most amazing husband, supportive. Without his support, I would not be here today, and my newest daughter-in-law, Alex. Thank you. And then watching online is my brother and sister-in-law from Florida who are here taking care of my dad, Ike Foister, and they are Tony and Deb Foister. So thank you, and it's good to be back.
Representative-elect Schreiber, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And thank you to House District 70 for putting me through the paces, finding out who I was, and being willing to trust me like they did Carol Bush, who they loved, and I think they're still a little sad to see go in some ways. And I want to just say that it's a total honor to be here in this chamber, and kind of overwhelming to be down here and seeing it like this. I'm looking forward to working with everyone. I want to thank my husband, Tony, who's in the North Gallery. And when I told him, hey, some people have called me about House District 70, he goes, okay, it's already done. You're not actually asking me. So he was on board right away. I want to thank my kids who are at school today, but Sadie, Spencer, Stella, and Shep, who were built-in volunteer force on the campaign. My best friend of 32 years, Krista Pittman, and my best friend for not that long, but a really good friend of mine, Amber England, and then, of course, Margaret Erling, who bosses everybody in this building around, and me too. Thanks, everybody.
Representative-elect Wolfe, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's an honor to be able to represent the people of District 95 again. And right now I'd like to introduce three of my grandchildren here. I've got Stella and Hazel and Ava. And up in the gallery, I've got their father, Travis King, and four of my daughters, their mother, Audra King, and then Lindy, Meredith, and Olivia, and my high school sweethearts here, also my wife of 48 years, and Brenda, and thank you very much.
Representative-elect Sterling, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Hey, I just want to, first of all, thank the constituents of District 27 for allowing me to serve a third term. Very excited about that. Joining me on the floor today, I have my oldest grandson, Wyatt Sterling, from Inola, Oklahoma. He wants to say go Longhorns. And in the gallery, I have, North Gallery, excuse me, I have three guests today. I have my oldest son and his wife, Jerome and Joni Sterling of Inola, Oklahoma, and I have my wife of 21, somewhere in there, 2 years, I'm not sure. It's a blur. But toughest, probably one of the toughest women in the state of Oklahoma to be married to me, so thank you.
Representative-elect Lowe, Jason, you are recognized for an introduction.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, wasn't paying attention. First of all, I'd like to thank my constituents in House District 97. It is an honor to represent you, and I'd like to acknowledge some great guests. My mother in the East Gallery, Albina Lowe. Would you please stand? Thank you for being here. I'll also like to acknowledge my friend Paula Brown, who's more like a sister. She's here as well. Thank you all for being here.
Representative-elect Van Kuren, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to recognize my wife, Sheila, of 28 years in the South Gallery here. I'm sure it seems like dog years to her, but it's been a wisp of time for me. I'd also like to recognize my parents, Ted and Ada Van Kuren. They were watching online, and my kids, Riley, who's recently engaged, Jackson, and Avery. Thank you. And the people of District 74, thank you for letting me be here.
Representative-elect Duell, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to first thank the people of House District 31 for electing me and trusting me to be here in this position. I'd like to recognize my daughter, Eleanor Duell, who's here with me on the floor. And then in the South Gallery is my wife, Hannah, and our newborn, 8-month-old baby, Aaron. They're there. She's feeding him. Thank you.
Representative-elect Pittman, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As he said, I am State Representative-elect A.J. Pittman, a proud member of the Seminole Nation, and I am so honored to be in this building back with you guys again. I would like to welcome everyone that is here to House District 99, and like to thank the constituents of House District 99 for allowing me to be back here. Many of you know that my grandfather had some health challenges, but I am proud to say that he is with me today in the North Gallery, Cornelius Anthony Pittman, if you'll wave. And then also on the floor, I would like to introduce my legacy. Believe it or not, we've gone through 15 swearing-in ceremonies in this building, and she is the reason why I'm here, and I am humbled and honored to follow in her footsteps. Please welcome former state senator and former state representative Anastasia Pittman.
Representative-elect Cornwell, you are recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, if I could have your attention turned to the South Gallery, I will recognize my lovely bride of 37 years, Sherry, and I believe my two daughters are watching online, Quentin and Felicia. Thank you.
Representative-elect Moore, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just want to say that it's an honor to be here again, and I'm thankful for the people of House District 57 for placing their trust in me to be here and represent them. To my kids, Quinn, Carson, and Cohen, that had to stay at school today, I'm sad that they're not here, but very thankful for their support. In the South Gallery with me today is my much better half of 14 years that I can honestly say I wouldn't be here without her. It's been the best time of my life, and I'm so thankful for her, and I look forward to getting to work with all of you.
Representative-elect Maynard, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to start off by thanking all of the people of District 21 for supporting me and trusting me to represent them. On the floor today, I have my son Anakin with me, my other son Aslan, and my daughter Aurora. And then up in the gallery, I have my good friend Lindsay Rood and campaign manager. Thank you for all your help. And my amazing wife, Crystal Maynard. Thank y'all.
Representative-elect Miller, you're recognized for introduction.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to say thank you to the people of House District 82 for bringing me back. And right behind us, if the great Doug Miller can please stand up, he has just completed his captain's upgrade in the 737. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Representative-elect Baker, you're recognized for an introduction.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I want to thank the constituency of House District 60 for sending me back for my 4th term. It was quite a battle, but I made it, you guys, and I'm proud of that. In the East Gallery, sitting beside the famous Doug Miller, are my special, wonderful kids, Kaylin and Talon Alexander. Thank you all.
Representative-elect Boatman, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I want to thank the friends and neighbors in House District 67 for sending me back up for a 3rd term. I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm grateful to them and honored to be here. In the South Gallery, I'd like to recognize my #1 constituent, probably the hardest vote I ever got, my wife Angie. Been married for 32 years, and I just want to say that it's an honor and a privilege to get to serve with all of the amazing people on this floor, and I thank you for your service. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative-elect Townley, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I definitely want to say thank you to the people of House District 48. In the East Gallery, I would like to say hello and welcome to my mom, Rosella, my sister, Cheryl, one of my favorite people and one of the hardest campaigners that I have, Blake Pierce. You can stand up there. And, of course, one of my good friends, Master Chief or Master Sergeant Scott Irwin, who came today. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And online is my beautiful daughter, Tori. She is one of the first-year teachers at Plainview Elementary in District 48, and I'm so happy to have her working today. Woohoo! She's off my payroll. That's a good thing. And fresh graduate from Oklahoma State University. And happy Bedlam Week, everyone, and go Pokes. And y'all knew that was coming at some point, right? All right. So anyway, I just want to say it's an honor and a privilege to be back here, and it's an honor to be with you guys.
Representative-elect Dobrinsky, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is indeed an honor to be back here again for another term to represent the great folks of House District 59. This is so much more enjoyable this year as opposed to a couple during the construction zone, our first time around. But ironically, my high school sweetheart is my wife, and she's here. Jenny, my beautiful bride of 37 years, is here along with my firstborn, Michael, and looking forward to meeting all the new members and continuing to serve with you all. Glad to be here.
Representative-elect Kendricks, you're recognized for an introduction at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm excited to be here and thrilled and honored to have another opportunity to represent District 52. And being the numbers guy, I love how it works out in nice multiples. I've got 3 here with me today. My wonderful wife, Cynthia, of 35 years, my dad, Harvey, of 55 years, and my stepmother, Carol, of 25 years. So make them welcome. Thank you.
Representative-elect Hill, you're recognized for an introduction.
First, thanks for all the encouragement back here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, it's an honor to be back. All of us know what it took to get here, and just honored to serve with you here on this floor. First, to my mom and dad who weren't able to be in this room today, thanks, Sam and Myra, for believing. To my children, Eleanor, and my son, Josiah, both can stand and say hi. And then to my beautiful bride, Melissa, up there. Thanks, babe. Love you. And thanks, guys. Let's go make a difference.
Representative-elect George, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First, I want to say thank you to the constituents of the newly redrawn House District 36 for having faith in me. And I have my wife and two daughters. I think that's the southeast corner of the gallery. It's easy to get turned around in here. My wife, Audrey, and my daughters, Rebecca and Sarah.
Representative-elect Roberts, you're recognized for an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank the good people of District 83 for sending me back here, and I'd like to thank all the representatives here that helped me out on that in that endeavor. And up in the North Gallery, I have the lovely First Lady of District 83, my wife Lee, and my daughter Katie. And in the back there in the corner, probably the hardest working lady in the whole building, Suzanne, right there. Thank you all very much.
Members-elect, are there any other introductions or announcements? I show none in the queue. Seeing none, a few items to bring to your attention. Members-elect, important dates before us. January 3rd, 2023 is organizational day for the Oklahoma Legislature. The House will convene at noon, 12 p.m., here in the House chamber. For reference, January 19th, 2023 is the final date for the introduction of measures in the House. Members-elect, the Chief Clerk will send you instructions later today explaining the electronic bill filing procedures as well as all the relevant deadlines. If changes need to be made either on the withholding form or the mileage form, please contact the Comptroller's office the next few days. New members, if you have not already done so, you need to turn in your personal data sheets and mileage affidavits to the Comptroller's office and fill out the other paperwork pertaining to the payroll. Please schedule a time for your composite photo. Anything else? Thank you. And one last one, not on my list. Nevertheless, the parliamentarian believes it's an important date. December 9th, 2022 is the final date for requesting drafting of measures to be introduced in the House of Representatives for the upcoming cycle. Members, it is very fitting today to take this oath of office on Oklahoma Statehood Day. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Let's keep this energy and this spirit carried forward throughout the 59th legislature. And we have a reception that we hope for the members-elect, the 59th legislature, on the 4th floor here around the rotunda. We look forward to seeing you all there. Look forward to working with each and every one of you because we work for the people of the state of Oklahoma. The swearing-in ceremony for the 59th Oklahoma legislature is now concluded. God bless you.